How we doing out there? First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. Every time I figure I ain't got nothing else to do today, something pops up. So first things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. And well, search is over. So we're done. We're not doing any more searching for other black certified screens or screen paints for the Black Phantom because there's no point. Can't seem to, every screen we've tracked down that claims to be a black screen turns out to be gray or dark gray or extremely dark gray. And that is not black. That we need a black screen. So I had a phone call today for Dragonfly. Their ultra black screens are interesting, getting some sample sheets, but either way, it wouldn't have worked because finding out that the screen is a dark gray, it would have never matched against the Phantom or the Phoenix, which are actually jet black screens. So those would have never matched to begin with. So that's definitely going to be a no-go right there. I'm going to put a list at the bottom of this demonstration when I basically get ready to upload it of all the screens that the Black Phantom has tested against, and that we can go through the list. Black Phantom doesn't have a number yet on its gain capabilities. We didn't give it that yet. Advanced has advanced aim light rejection, so DV aim light rejection. Okay, so that's on it right there. So yeah, we're done. We don't have to do more searching. We're done. Screen innovation is not going to bother with us, so we already know that from the door. And we are quite aware that we're being watched, so that's not a problem. At least they're aware of what's coming next year, so that's good. The company I just talked to today, Dragonfly, they know of my company under Crystal Edge Technology Screens, and they do know of my black technology. So that's good. That's good that they know. So it'd be interesting. I'd still have liked to see a nice side-by-side next to their product, but that's not going to happen. So that's it. Go get rid of this, and this we don't need this anymore in here at all, because the demonstration is just to show how advanced our technology is just about over everything else. And I've seen the little videos we get from time to time from only two other people I know that do these video demonstrations. Keep in mind your videos, I don't know why you hobbyists said us, we're not interested. Your products all go in the junk mail. We don't bother with it. It's not worth our time. So we don't bother with that. We're only interested in certified screens. The certified screens carry a lot of heavy weight to them, and that's the screen I would like to go against. We only did one product that wasn't certified, and that one was basically a screen paint due to the fact that the person who makes that paint has a really bad habit running his mouth about his product being the best, but yet he doesn't test it properly, and it has failed miserably over here. And now you can see why we have so many canceled orders over there on my office desk, because his product doesn't work properly. But as for these particular companies right here, this is what we're interested in, is certified projection screens, companies who have names attached to them, serious names attached to them. And I was quite shocked to find out the fellow who actually designs the screen knows me. He knows of my company. He's heard of Crystal Edge Technology. He's seen our black technology in action. So that's good to know. But anyway, I do respect his technology. It is very nice. That's why I would love to do a demonstration side by side, but he kept wanting to, and it didn't seem like it was going to work out. So we put it down as a no-go. So pretty much that's it. We don't really have to put anything against the Phantom. We only too much of left actually was XY, and XY, after seeing their products, their screens are not black, they're actually dark gray. I do think that people should not name their projection screens black if they're not physically black screens. Because you may run across a black screen one day, and that might not go well in your favor. So I'm looking up the XY screens. So basically, they're not communicating with me right now at the moment. I did show, let me see. Facebook. I'm gonna turn to the side because I have my personal information. I want to go into my personal information on Facebook. I mean, like certain customers I'm very close to have access to my page. I'm trying to think where we're at on this one. Here we go. Everybody thinks for some reason that I embellished. We back everything up. All right, so you from the door, we back everything up. So I'm going out to some of my crazy people doing this stuff. I'm gonna go into my page. I told you I don't play around. I told you we're hunting for products. If you have a black screen out there, we're looking to test your product against ours. Simple and plain. If your screen's not black, we'll find out. So there's my conversation right there. XY screens, showing them our technology right there. As I said before, at the end of the day, we back everything up. So this is the company we're talking to. We've seen some of their demonstrations. We showed them some of our stuff, showing them our technology being used in fully lit environments. They never replied back to us, actually showing them what our technology can do. So this is for XY screens right here. And this is a company. And it's the company that we reached out. Well, actually, we didn't reach out to them. Actually, we did reach out to them. Actually, we talked to them quite a few times. They showed us some screens they were working on, but we weren't interested. Now, we could upgrade their screens and make them more advanced than what they are. Yeah, we could. But I'm not interested in that. So this is the company for XY. And we wanted to see if we could get a sample of the other screen. I don't know what's the point, because when the screen gets down here, it's not going to be black. It's going to be gray. And if the screen comes up gray, then that means our screen's going to dominate it with no problem. So, like I said, we contacted them in China. I told you I'm not joking around with this Phantom screen. This screen, by the time we're going to be to knock out everything, we're there. We already did it. We're done. The only 3 companies we had left was Screen Innovation, which they're ignoring us. We have XY Screens, they're ignoring us. And we have Dragon, and they're ignoring us. We talked to Dragon today. In the conversation that with Dragon, they know who we are. I mentioned Crystal Edge Technology screens. They know what that technology is. They know what a Phantom is too. So if your screen technically you say is black, you go against that screen's going to show you up as a gray screen, number 1. And number 2, you're not going to be able to take it down. And we already seen the demonstrations what they can do. So yeah, I told you, I've been doing my homework. Like I said, you hobbyists out there, you're afraid to test your product. You're afraid to. You back down from it. We got people that are so afraid they cancel orders on us. You're afraid to test your product. You're afraid to push your limits. I'm not. I will reach out to your company. I will contact you and I'll say, look, let's go toe to toe. Let's see whose technology is the best. Because at the end of the day, that Phantom is going to be the number 1 screen. And it is. And we'll have the backing to do it. So I told you I wasn't playing around. I contacted their company in China and showed them our technology. What we have over here. Now, we've seen their screens already. We've done their research on their products. We know for a fact that their products basically don't produce the images that they claim they do. And we'll show you what real ambient light projection technology looks like. That's why they're ignoring us. Because they don't have screens that can produce images outside like that. That's a Phoenix displaying that way. And you see, they're watching it right there. So I was quite shocked today to find out that Dragonflies, we say Dragonflies are no-go because they're not sending us anything. I requested samples a day, and they talked about this and talked about that, whatever, so forth. But samples weren't coming into play. So I said, look, at the end of the day, I can understand you're not going to do samples. All right, that's the end of it. Wish them a good day. Wish me a good day. And that was the end of it. That right there. That's it. Because if he's claiming his screen is black and it lays against the screen, it comes up gray, it's not going to be good. And if that screen produces a higher contrast and color, which is going to do automatically, that's what's going to happen. See, you can only when people talk about their products being the best of the best, can't say you're the best of the best unless you're going against the best of the best. Either two things are going to happen. Either they're going to cancel or ignore you. That's what's going to happen when you come across the best. Even shot a live video for him of the screens displaying on the ceiling, screens displaying on the wall. They're not used to seeing stuff like that. Name the screens that we've actually done demonstrations against. 18 certified screens. Have taken on 18 certified screens. Outside demonstrations. No walls, no doors, no ceilings, no high-end projectors outside. Oh, that's the end of that right there. We're done. So that's it. I'm going to start since my screen has its records, everything's been recorded, everything's been done live. Even this right here is being live, all being documented. Every test demonstration, if anyone ever asks us, have you tested against that product and that product, we have the demonstrations to back it up. So now once my screen goes offline, the Phantom can not only get its price or what it's going to be worth, but like I said, at the end of the day, anybody will be able to afford it. On top of that, we could bring the screen down to a cap where our customers, it's not going to cost them $5,000 for a 100-inch screen. Because the technology, basically, the way we developed it, is the fact that it's very affordable for us to make. That's a Phantom right there. It's a Phantom. Let me change that over to wallpaper pretty soon.
It's time to save your way or pay your way at Raymore and Flanagan's Season of Wonder.
Everybody I talked to said the same thing. It's impossible for a black screen to see white light. I haven't seen that one yet. Ooh, that's gonna be a bad boy. 10%. That's it, we're done. We knocked out everything at 10%. Any other companies that feel free they want to go against the Phantom, let me know. You have my email. We're done. There's nothing else. So if we knocked you guys out at 10%, what's going to happen when we reach 30%? At 50%, the screen is going to be way beyond the technology. We're not done with it yet. The screen's going to be blacker than what it is now. Much more blacker. The enhancement coating that's attached allows it to see higher white light. It's only 3% done. So now we got to start testing wallpaper. That's the next step to see what we can coat it to. What kind of wallpaper we can coat this stuff to. Kind of plexiglass, fiberglass. Get a chance to test all that stuff out. So we'll start off with some fiberglass first. But the guy for Dragonfly, thank you for time for pick up the phone. I really appreciate that. For taking the time to speak to us. Really appreciate that. I would have liked to see us go side by side, but you know, to each his own. At the end of the day, thank you for taking the time out. And for paint on screens, thank you for sending over samples. I appreciate that also too. Always get that one. Maybe we can do a bit. No, not interested. Really not interested. Not interested. Philips 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Not interested. The whole purpose of me developing this technology is not to make friends with other companies. I'm not interested. The whole purpose was to develop a technology that would be better than everyone else's and more affordable for our customers. So now we get it out of this frame that it's in and get it sprayed on, because this screen was rolled on. This screen was designed to be sprayed on. So I got another sprayer coming in to spray the application onto the wallpaper surface, which will be the original form of it. And then from there, we'll upgrade the screen's dark levels, because right now the screen's black, but it's going to be much blacker than this. Way darker than this. I wish I could get my hands on some of that Venta black technology. That would be really nice to get my hands on. That's not going to happen. Some of the information I got back in these conversations were really interesting. And I can see why they use such high power projectors. And as I was right, it mainly depends on the caliber of projector you're using, on how your screen's going to perform. And that's why you see a lot of these high and expensive projectors and a lot of these certified screen demonstrations, because it counts on the projector. And that's not good, because at the end of the day, your customer may or may not be able to afford that projector in order to make that screen look that way. And that's why we use old projectors that anybody can relate to. $270, anyone can relate to that projector I'm using right now in the demonstration. Compared to a projector that they use in their demonstration, it's going to cost you an easy $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. And you still haven't bought the screen yet. So when they tell me stuff like that, it's a smile on my face at the end of the day. Because I can do this on a projector that cost me $270. Depending on the contrast levels of what that projector can put out, depends on the contrast levels you're going to be able to achieve from your screen. These screens are black. You're going to receive the exact same contrast if you were using a projector at 200 to 1 contrast ratio to a projector that would have 50,000 to 1,000,000 to 1. Doesn't make a difference what projector you got. You're going to have amazing contrast levels. That's information I received today. I take this back to our contractor and say, look, this is how you want to market this screen, because this is what the other companies can't do. Oh man, I cannot wait to get this screen up and going. Can't wait to see it in a wallpaper form of that. Yeah, and the talks I've had with these companies, ambient light controlled environment is a must. There's too much light in the environment, it affects the screen. And that's why in every demonstration I pop into, it's always ambient light controlled. Calibrated projectors is protocol. We don't calibrate projectors over here. So just by learning that few pieces of information, that's it. A person working minimum wage could afford this technology. That's how we're going to have it. It's going to be affordable to everybody. You don't have to have spend $5,000 just for a 100-inch. I can't understand why a screen has to cost $5,000. I don't get that part. Now the formula for this is very thin, like milk. It was never developed to be put on with a roller. I put the roller on, so that's why you're seeing a line right there. The next stage is you'll see with the paint sprayer, but it'll be on wallpaper. This is a test surface. The wallpaper surface, we have to see how it's going to react to the plastic, or fiberglass, plastic, plexiglass, figure out exactly how we're going to make this. It's got to be lightweight, it's got to be flexible, it's got to be thin. So that's all going to play well on how we design it, and the screens are going to have to be much darker, much darker. So when somebody comes into your house, they see this smooth, black, sleek screen on your wall, and they go, "What's that?" "Oh, that's my projection screen. That's what I want." I get it all the time. People come over. From time to time, I have a few friends who come over, and they'll just stare at the screen like, "What the freak is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's a projection screen," because they're not used to seeing. Mind you, this is offline. People offline are not used to seeing black screens, black projection screens. They're used to seeing white screens. So anytime I have somebody come over, the first thing they do is, "That's the biggest TV I've ever seen in my life." They look down and see the projector and like, "Wait a minute." Like, "Yeah, it's a projection screen." Turn it on. The minute I turn it on, they see this, that's it. Automatically hooked that fast. So imagine when we're going to be offline. Well, we're actually offline anyway. This is a matter of time before we get established. There are people walking in the showroom and seeing these black squares on the wall. They don't know what they are, so the projectors fire up. All the projectors are hidden. There's no projectors, you can't see them. There's just a room full of these all white walls and black squares. Sparks the curiosity. So you walk into a room and you're expecting to see a theater setup, you're expecting to see a white silver screen. But you're seeing all these white walls and black squares all over the place. And then the projectors fire up, that's it. You gotta spark the curiosity first before you show off the product. Let their mind wander a little bit. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in that environment. And then boom, surprise them. It's all about strategy and marketing. All right, it's enough harass for today. I feel like I'm at the zoo. I like my acoustic screen. That big screen right there, that's acoustic. I love the screen so much. So the sound comes with it. I have 2 acoustic screens in the house. I gotta figure out I'm gonna put a wallpaper screen that in the house because I do want one of these wallpapers. I already have a gold version of this technology upstairs. There's a gold version of the screen. Actually, it's upstairs in the theater room. No, it's in the Japanese theater room. There's a gold version that's on 135 inch of it. I don't think we showed it off too much, do we? The gold version of this. Gold version of this. And there's 3 versions of the Phantom. There's actually a gaming version of the Phantom coming out, but I'm still working on it. It's going to be black, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to have something else in it too. It's going to take it off from black a little bit, but it's a black screen. That is the gold version of it. Yep, there's a gold version of a Phantom. 135 inch painted on my wall. I fell in love with it so much that when I did the first sample on it was a 5x5. I said I had to have this on a bigger screen. And here it sits. I'll do some demonstrations probably later on tonight on it. Here's his gold. Very interesting, strange color, isn't it? That's all next year's technology. Another customized screen. Never marketed. Never sold it, never marketed. Hey, I keep forgetting this is your little spot now. In here chilling the day, huh? This is his spot. He likes to be in here. He's in here more than anything else. So when I get this area set up, yeah, see the color of that? It's a gaming screen too. Never even marketed that either. I haven't told anybody about it. I showed it off a couple of times and that's it. Yeah, this is a game screen. So we want to show you what we want to show you. Hey, buddy. And you're just chilling the day, relaxing. Just don't touch my toys. This is his spot in here. That's where he likes to be at. And any place else. He used to like going in this room all the time, but I had to take him out of there because he wanted to go mess with my screens in there. Tech room. That's my favorite right there. That's the 150 inch. We don't have those anymore. We don't sell them anymore on the website. But that's the 150 inch acoustic gaming screen. We don't have those anymore. That got picked up. And this right here is another gamer screen painted on the wall. People have been asking about painting screens on the wall. That's 155 inch painted on the wall. We use it all the time. And got one computer missing because tonight we're going to do something fun. I'm going to scan my backyard. Scan all the trees in my backyard and have a weird light show back there for my neighbors. They don't know yet that I'm doing it. Like I told you, at night, they like to go in the back of the house, I guess after work, and they like to go back there and relax. So I'm going to scan all those trees back there, give them a nice little light show out there. And that right there is the Phantom, the black version of the Phantom. The Phantom has 7 versions of it. One of them actually is a gamer, because we have to have a gamer version of it. Commercial kills me. time. Yeah, time of gravity. I had a niece, she's young, she's very young, she's like about 18, and she's all about her looks. 18-year-old is about your looks. And one of my friends, she's very old, she's a very old woman, and it's funny because they kind of look alike. It's kind of like looking at a reincarnation of yourself, because they actually really look alike. And then she tells her, every time she says, you know, talk about how young she is and how beautiful she is, I'm like, don't worry about it. You know, you're just looking at basically what's pretty much, you look at older people, eventually that's what's going to happen to you. You're going to get old. It's going to happen. There's no way to stop it. Just looking at the reality of life. That's where you're going to be at. So such thing as enjoy it while you can. Life is fast. 1 minute I was in the backyard digging a hole. Now 54 years old. Fast. Goes by so fast. And the next thing you know, you're making your peace with God. It's fast. Goes forever. I don't know what you do with it while you're here. Look at that. 10% unmatched. When the screen reaches 100%, it is going to be absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait. We have 3 versions of the Phantom downstairs on the table right now. Each one of them are darker than this one. This is exactly what we can get away with. How dark can we make the screen and still maintain white levels, still maintain its color capabilities at the same time? We have a heightener downstairs that's between 5 and 10%. A heightener can't be too bright, because if the heightener is too bright, it destroys the screen's contrast levels, and then the colors go along with it. So it can't be too bright, but it can't be too dull at the same time. It's a little tricky now. But if we get those down perfectly, and we will, this is going to be one beautiful screen when we get done with it. It's interesting to the people that I guess we call the certified screens. I don't know if we can call them competition, but they think the screen is done. This screen's only 10%. It's not even finished yet. You shouldn't be worried about the Phantom. You should be worried about what's coming after the Phantom. That's what you should be worried about. That's what you need to think about. What's going to be next after this? Technology was made in an hour. That's it. 1 hour to develop this technology. The heightener took another hour. So what you need to worry about is, to our somewhat competition, you need to worry about what comes after this. And we do have technology already lined up. We're working already. Beautiful. Anyone who wants to mock my Christianity, to mock my Lord and Savior, look at his work. It is absolutely beautiful. And it's not even done yet. I'll tell you something. Every time I think about wanting to leave this all behind and walk about this and go about my business because I'm bored of it, this is what reminds me of why I got into this business to begin with, to develop better technology. Once this launches, by the time the screen launches, we have already had technology already developed that'll be more advanced than the Phantom. But that'll be developed for something completely different. That's only all invisible technology we're going to be working on. It'll have nothing to do with Phantom technology. It'll be a little bit different, but it's going to be all invisible technology we're going to be working on. Because my next stage in technology, what I want to work on screens that you can see right through. But like I said, I want something that light can pass through the screen, but I want the screens to be able to show a contrast image at the same time. And I want to be able to do it for cheaper than what these other companies are charging it for. So right now, we're already working on a form of visible black technology. It's visible, but there's a contrast in that technology. The projector can read it on it. And that will allow us to be able to spray it on mirrors. So in the mirror, you can actually watch movies with off of it, but you don't see the reflection of your face coming back at you. That's what we're working on next. Now imagine a beauty salon. They can paint that right up on their glass. You know how many beauty salons there are in one city? You can advertise right off those mirrors with no problem. Much like the technology we have here, but this stuff is not transparent. You can also watch a movie with no problem. Look at the time, everything comes up, the whole 9 yards, but you can see the reflection of your face come back at you. Ooh, I cannot wait. I just gotta find me now. I need to find somebody who's a technology geek. I mean, somebody who really gets into designing like motherboards and all that crazy stuff that can design touchscreen technology. Oh man, I need to hire somebody like that. That's what I need, because if I can integrate touchscreen technology into that and that new technology we're working on, that would be absolutely sick. But that's for another time. All right, with that being said, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Other than that, we're done our search. That's it. We're just going to start around concentrating on finding out what surface is going to marry well, which means I got to get my sprayer prepped and ready. And we're going to spray some thin plexiglass to see exactly which one's going to marry well with it. All right, well, that being said, got to go and God bless. We got to figure out what we're going to put on.